Welcome to week 8 of the Machine Quilting Blog Hop. Got some wild fabric in the back, and you know what? It's an IKEA and the remnant. And I opened it up at home and wow, it's all pre-cut. So this week is called U-turns. And what the primary focus is on U-turns is that we are working along a line and you turn a corner. I'm going to show you some transitional types of stitches as well as completely changing it up on the corner. And I'm going to show you the sampler I've been working on, how I work some of those transitions, as well as some of the stitches that Krista did in this chapter. And then at the end, I'm going to take you upstairs to where my long arm is set up, show you the machine and the quilt that I'm currently working on. So anyway, practice on, everyone, and enjoy. We're getting almost to the end of the Machine Quilting Blog Hop. That means in the next couple of weeks, a giveaway is happening. So, I haven't figured it all out yet, but I think it's going to involve leaving a comment on my blog in the week between, I think somewhere in the 10th week with Rafflecopter, and I'll be making announcements on that as we go along. I should have it all figured out by next week, and I think there may be some surprises at the end. So anyway, please continue practicing and enjoy this week's Machine Quilting Blog Hop. This block is the one that we did in week 1. And what's interesting about this is that I did do some of my attempt at a tiny little spiral square modernish. But when I got to the corner, I did do a curl, echoed it a few times, and then made my way around. And that is exactly what Angela did in the book. When you get to a corner, sometimes you have to make decisions about, do you want to try to repeat this on a corner or just go with something completely different? And the same in this corner. I was doing switchbacks, and then this one didn't turn out so great, but that was the attempt. Let's go over here to this corner. It turned out a little bit better. And the thing is, your eye is going to flow all around the corner on that particular shape. This block is also about turning corners, and I used a lot of the same motifs that Krista used. The double loops and ribbons that echoed, you go around all the way. I got to the corner and then I changed it a little bit. This one I kept in with the routine. Got down here and then just did a couple right next to each other because it was real wide and you could do something different. You see here I used the wavy line. She was talking about wavy lines in this chapter, as well as the little E's. And I just transitioned around the corner straight to something else. And then I did the same thing here. Transition to something else, L's and E's. Use some other brackets, which Angela uses a lot. And when I got to the corner, I did something totally different, a curl, and went back to wavy lines. So here is my cornered block. And here you can see I use the spiral, the hooked swirls, and the spiral squares or Greek keys out here. It's interesting when you change it up each row. I kept consistent, changed corners here, and then here flowed from one idea to another. And altogether, I thought it was a pretty effective block. Let's see, did this corner go any better? No, it didn't. These take a lot of practice. But I still think it doesn't detract from the whole quilt. So this week I show what I've been working on, the frame that goes with cornered in the blog hop, and show you the setup that I work on. I have a jewel long arm. It's not the biggest throat space, but it's still considered probably more of a mid-arm or long arm. And it's on a 3-roll frame system. So the back is pinned between these 2 rolls. And it's loose right now, but this will be tightened down through a roller down here on the bottom. So cornered. This week I thought I'd take a larger border on this Quilts for Cure quilt. I did a ribbon candy all the way up till I got to the corner. Came around and I made a Greek key and echoed my way around the outside, and then I did this all the way across the border. I want to come right down to this border, and you can see when I got here I made my ribbon candy, and then I just transitioned to the Greek key. And then when I got to the inside I started echoing around, and then I worked my way down. Then I ended on this particular ribbon, cut my thread, and then came down to the other end. But I want to show you I've made progress on some hooked swirls. This is a darker thread. Look, it's going great here. Come around. I did a hook, stop, and then bounced my way around the heart. Got to the middle and did some echoing, and I thought that made a nice statement in the middle of the heart. The thread doesn't show up so much on the green, but on the yellow here, keeping it real. But look here on the first one. I thought this was my best one, because I was able to capture the S shape, stop, come around, and then bounce my way around the heart. So it's getting better. I'm going to keep it real though and show you that practice makes progress, but I haven't achieved perfection. So I want to encourage you all. We all have those patterns that really give us trouble. But in the grand scheme of things, when this quilt is done, the texture is what's really going to be the important part, because really what the person is going to see is the piecing. So, cornered. Everybody practice and have a great week.